Hi guys, today we are going to look into the introduction to engineering mechanics. Well, what is mechanics? Mechanics is the science that deals with the forces and the effect of the forces on the body. The application of the laws and principles of this mechanics to the engineering problems is known as engineering mechanics. Particle. Well, particle is an object which does not have any size but will have mass and is assumed to be a single point in the space. For example, an aeroplane can be considered as a particle for the description of its flight path from the viewpoint of the ground. Another example is the movement of Earth around the Sun in the solar system. Here, the Earth can be treated as a particle. Continuum. Well, a body is assumed to consist of continuous distribution of matter. This distribution will be in the form of atoms and molecules. Hence, the physical quantities which are obtained by averaging the effects of these molecules and atoms at a macroscopic level for a body is treated as a continuum. Next, a rigid body. Well, rigid body is a body which does not undergo any deformation on the application of force on it. This body will retain its shape and size and the distance between any 2 points in the body even after the action of the applied force. Next, let us move on to the fundamental principles of the mechanics. First, the Newton's laws of motion. Newton's first law. Well, this states that every body continues in its state of rest or motion which is uniform in a straight line until and unless it is compelled to change the state due to any external forces acting on the body. For example, consider a football which is lying stationary on the football ground. This football doesn't move until any external force acts on it, that is, it doesn't possess any motion until and unless the football player kicks the ball. Hence, when the footballer kicks the ball, a force is applied on the ball and hence will bring about a change in its state of motion. Similarly, the football which is now in motion will come to a rest when again an external force is subjected on it. That is, the moving football will come to rest when it hits the nets of the goal post. This property is also known as inertia of the body. Next, Newton's second law. Well, this states that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the impressed force and also takes place in the same direction in which the force is applied. Now, let us consider a small body having mass m and moving with some velocity. As we know that momentum is given by the products of mass and velocity of the body. Hence, the initial momentum will be given as the product of mass into initial velocity. The final momentum will be given as the product of mass into final velocity. Hence, the rate of change of momentum from the above equations can be given as mv minus mu divided by t. This can be written as m into v minus u divided by t. We know that from the equations of motion, v minus u by t is equal to acceleration a. Hence, this can be equalized to ma. From the second law, we know that force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. Hence, F directly proportional to ma or F equals k into ma, where k is a proportionality constant. Here, the value of k is assumed to be 1. Hence, from this we get the formula force is equal to mass into acceleration.
Its unit is Newton.
Next, the Newton's third law. Well, this states that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. This means that when one object exerts the force on another object, the second object will also exert the same amount of force on the first object but in the opposite direction. For example, when you throw a ball into the ground will also exert a force which is equal and opposite to that possessed by the ball. Hence, we can see that the ball after hitting the ground bounces back.
Thank you.
Wow, that's That's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magaz videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at ClassFly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.